I'm Amber. Welcome to the greenhouse, eh? Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my my self-watering buckets. I used to use them to try to grow tomatoes, but I discovered the hard way that 5-gallon buckets aren't big enough for the root ball of a tomato, so I've been using them on my pepper plant since then. So anyway, here we are. This is a mess. Let me check and see what the view is here. Okay. All right. So, these are net pots. They come in all different sizes. I chose this size because it's about the right depth for the water for the reservoir. These are about roughly 2.5 inches deep and about 3 1/4 across the top. So what I do is I put them in the bottom of the bucket here. Dump that out. So I can put 5 of them in here. You roll that down some. So I can get 5 of them in there. And there's a space back here for the water filler tube to go. And you'll notice there's a hole that I got right here. And that's the overflow hole. And it's drilled just below the shelf. And then I've got this. This is my shelf. And what this is this is the top of a bucket that had the rim cut off of it. I got to cut to the right size so that it actually fits down in there. Now if you look at this and then see how that is, that's how I make them. I just cut them around the inside of the rim. And that fits in here. You just line it up with that space like that. And then you've got one of these tubes that goes in there, and the one end is cut at an angle. That's the end that goes down in the bottom. And that the angle is there so that it doesn't just sit right on the bottom and the water can't hardly come out. This way the water comes out into the bottom of the bucket. So if we put it in there like this, and it sits on the bottom like that, and then I use these pieces of weed. Well, what these are is the bottom's cut out of cloth pots, the bag pots, and I use that so that the dirt doesn't go through all the holes in the platform into the water reservoir below. So I put that down there because you got to have a thing like that. Okay, so then what you have looks like this. And here's the water filler tube, and then you've got one more net cup, and that goes in the hole in the bottom like this. So then you've got that. And what that is you fill that up with dirt, and that's where the water gets wicked up into the rest of the dirt inside of the pot. I got 3 of these pots like this. This one hasn't been put together yet. And also, these are really hard to find now, but this is a coconut core starter pot. And what I do with these is I put them inside the net cup, the one that goes in the hole in here, like this. And that stops the dirt from going out through the net cup into the water reservoir, and also provides the spot for the dirt that wicks the water up out of the reservoir. And these are, I cut them off at I cut the pipes at this length simply because it's easier to water them that way. You can cut them off right here at the just above the bucket if you wanted to, but I find it easier to water with them longer like that. And well, I got 3 of those, and then I have one here. This one is set up in the same way, but this one I tried the experiment of putting the pipe on the outside, and theoretically it works really well. Problem with this is, let me get all the stuff out. If you look inside here, you can see the where it's in on the inside, where it goes through. I haven't figured out how to keep that from leaking. And so what happens is you fill the reservoir, and then it all just leaks out around the joint here. So it you don't get that, you end up with not that much water in the reservoir. Once I figure out how to stop that leak, that does seem like a better way to do it, because you got the tube on the outside instead of the inside. Not that it makes much difference. It's not like you lose much dirt space. So that's that for these.